Welcome, and thank you so much for joining me to discover your purpose. I'm so happy to have the opportunity to inspire you on your journey of self-discovery. And rest assured that you are taking the right steps for a life led by purpose. My name is Sylvia Mordini, and I will be your host today. I'm a speaker, author, wellness CEO, and ex-senior suit-wearing executive. While waiting for others to come in, here are some loving reminders to keep in mind to create safe space. Hold to heart that from today, everything can change. Honor your feelings as you tune in, and thank yourself for being here. To get started, please turn off your microphone, and when inspired, type your questions in the chat box. Questions will be addressed at the end of the presentation and in our Discover Your Purpose Facebook group. To begin, I want you to take a moment to consider the value of time. Do you even know how many hours there are per year? There are 168 hours per week and 8,760 hours per year. The question is, where would you like this time to go? This week? This year? Assuming you live to be 80, you'll have about 4,000 weeks. Without purpose, we float aimlessly around in time. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Asks Mary Oliver. And this should be what we're asking ourselves. Along with, I want you to consider, what do you have in common with the Black Panther, Wonder Woman, Katniss Everdeen, and Frodo? You are on a hero's journey. Just like them, you are on a lifelong journey of self-discovery, seeking to know your purpose. The Black Panther discovers his purpose as a leader, defender of his people, and a bridge between Wakanda and the rest of the world. Wonder Woman discovers her purpose as a defender of truth, justice, and a protector of humanity. And Katniss discovers her purpose as a symbol of hope and resistance, inspiring others to stand up against injustice. And Frodo discovers his purpose as the ring bearer, responsible for saving Middle-earth from the dark influence of the ring. You are just like them. So let me ask you, are you feeling like this? Because these are very common feelings and desires shared by the Black Panther, Wonder Woman, Katniss, and Frodo. Are you feeling uninspired and just blah, craving enthusiasm for life? Are you wanting a more clear plan B to engage with a more meaningful career? Are you right now experiencing an identity crisis? Are you seeking growth in your confidence? Are you desiring deep down this desire and want to express your talents, your gifts? Are you feeling like you know you want to make a bigger impact? Or are you feeling lost and disconnected? And quite frankly, you're just feeling like something is off. I want to tell you a little bit more about my story because my life is both a warning and an example. An empath by birth, I've slayed PTSD, anxiety, and an assortment of traumas by using holistic cures and modalities, a plant-based diet, meditation, mantra, shamanic ceremonies, plant medicine, and yoga. But most of all, I created a life aligned with my purpose. And that's how I developed the S.O.U.L Method to discover your purpose. And that's why I'm so excited to be able to share it with you today. I want to be your guide to design a life inspired, making it easier for you to confidently come into alignment with your purpose. I want you to help master the ability to choose happiness, to reset, redesign, and restart your future, because I fully believe the best is yet to come. This makes me uniquely qualified to speak about how to discover your purpose. So here's what you'll learn in unlocking your potential: a deeper understanding of life purpose, what it is and why it matters, finding purpose during an identity crisis, identifying and addressing resistance and anxiety, and understanding whether you're looking in the wrong places to find your purpose, and then how to know you've actually found your purpose. I will introduce you to my signature 4-step soul method to discover your purpose. Guiding you to purpose, this will be a transformational journey. You will learn how to discover your purpose, how to feel safe with your purpose, how to feel connected to your authentic self, how to reduce anxiety about living your purpose, and how to overcome caring what others think about your purpose. Truly, how to honor your worthiness and strengthen self-confidence. To begin, understanding life purpose. This is the foundation. We will now break down into defining life purpose, understanding its significance, and realizing that finding yourself looks different for everyone. So what is purpose? Your purpose is something meaningful that is trying to come through you into the world. It's a call back to your most authentic self, one of the quickest ways to experience meaning and fulfillment. It is your deepest reason for being, your core identity. What is the significance? Why does living your purpose matter? Well, in the end, that is a bit like asking, well, why on earth would I want to be me? Your purpose is at the core of your being, your essential self, and it's essential to live a happy life. It is grounding you in a life of meaning. It's helping you in trusting your intuition and finding fulfillment. I love this from Robin Sharma. The purpose of life is a life of purpose. And purpose isn't something you find, it's something you synthesize. It's an alchemy of your values, your life experiences, what you know about the world, what you know is missing from the world, and the things that frustrate you, as well as those that inspire you. It is who you are. It is this alchemy of ingredients combined together. Here are some writing prompts to help give you some concept of identity before we go any further. Take a moment right now to describe yourself using the first 10 words that come to mind. Don't overthink it. Just write down 10 words that you use to describe yourself. Then list 10 words that you'd like to use to describe yourself. These might be aspirational. For instance, if you're currently a little bit impatient, but you would like to describe yourself with the word patient, fantastic, put that on the list. If you're currently a little disorganized, but you want to be organized, then put organized on the list. And then list 3 words you want others to use to describe you. List 3 words you want others to use to describe you. And then what values do you consider most important in life? Things such as honesty, justice, altruism, loyalty. Write down the values that you consider most important in life. Let's use those. So purpose is your identity, and finding yourself looks different for everyone. Now, what is the same and what remains constant is that the process of discovering who you are is a significant part of life. Knowing who you are establishes your sense of self-worth, confidence, and belief in yourself. To understand who you are means you know your needs, values, desires, non-negotiable, and what makes you happy. So take a look at that list of values. Take a look at what your needs are, your desires, what your non-negotiables are. And this will reveal more about your identity. So have you been looking for purpose in the right places? Let's look at avoiding common pitfalls and how to seek purpose amidst an identity crisis. First, we need to stop seeking purpose in all the wrong places. Trying to discover your purpose from what the world needs is one of the primary ways that we misalign ourselves. And trying to find your purpose through what makes you come alive, known as follow your passion, or in the work of Joseph Campbell, follow your bliss. Your bliss and that you're most enthusiastic about is not necessarily the same as what your purpose is. There's a lot of things that you're excited about. There's a lot of things that I'm excited about, but they aren't all my purpose. They're very short term, or they're just passing experiences, but they're not leading me to what is that is my greater purpose. So when we think about, I just think my purpose is what sparks the greatest joy, what I love to do the most. I love riding my bike all the time, every day, but that doesn't mean that riding my bike is my purpose. And then trying to discover what your purpose is from simply looking outside yourself is never going to work. Trying to react to the world versus looking inside yourself, you'll just constantly feel misaligned. And the pitfalls of looking in the wrong places and some common mistakes in the search for purpose include these things: getting burnt out from chasing possibilities and engaging in activities that aren't really good for you, draining your energy by not using your strengths and not finding fulfillment. Instead, trying to get really good at things that you're not naturally good at. Your purpose is already in alignment with you. It's already your natural state. So trying to just constantly run after things that are not your natural strengths and thinking that that's your purpose is not it. Spending extensive time going in various directions while following your passions. It's, think of the person, or maybe this is you. Oh, I want to teach. All right, now you're teaching, but no, that's not it. I actually want to create something. Okay, now that's it. No, I want to be an influencer. No, that's not it. I need to go back to school. No, that's it. So when you start just running around in all different directions, once it just totally confuses you, and it drains your energy and it wastes your time. And time has value. We only have 168 hours this week. So the next point and pitfall is falling into a pattern of self-doubt and second guessing yourself. Is this my purpose? Is this my purpose? What do you think? Do you think this is my purpose? And finally, struggling to stick to things due to feelings of not being good enough. When we find our purpose, of course, we will face different scenarios where we will have doubt, but struggling to just stick with it and trying out and being in it is one of the greatest pitfalls. You have to be in it for more than a hot minute. Now, let's talk about navigating identity crisis. And this is really about rediscovering yourself and your purpose. We will now look at how to find your purpose during an identity crisis, understanding identity crisis, and aligning your identity and your purpose. So how do you find your purpose during an identity crisis? First, let's talk about how to identify if you're experiencing an identity crisis. Are you questioning your place in the world and who you are? Are you looking at aspects such as your life purpose, core beliefs, your personality, the thoughts that shape your self-perception? And the concept of identity crisis is defined by psychologist Erik Erikson. So if you're in this place of overall questioning all of these key aspects of yourself, purpose, beliefs, personality, and how you perceive yourself, then yes, you're having an identity crisis. And this occurs when you're uncertain if who you are aligns with who you thought you were. This period, although challenging, signifies positive personal growth and transformation. Think of the butterfly moving from the larvae state. It is complete destruction to move through from one state of being to another in this transformation, and it is not pretty. So if you're moving through an identity crisis, This is an opportune moment to know that something is shifting and you are being called upon to go deeper into yourself and really get honest with yourself. When we are doing the work of aligning identity and purpose, this is because if you've become confused or disillusioned with things that used to mean a great deal to you, such as your role at home or at work, your values, your relationships, your beliefs, your personal and professional goals, it's an indicator that your identity and your purpose are not in alignment. And this is what is creating the confusion. Am I who I thought I was? Your identity and purpose are meant to be aligned. So asking yourself who you are, where you fit, or where you belong are normal, natural questions to be asking in this scenario. And wondering often whether you've made the right choices and you're living up to your potential when you've always felt confident before. This too is a normal part of the process of transition when you are getting greater clarity on your purpose. The questioning is the point. And this questioning are like markers, like an actual map guiding you to your purpose. So confirming your purpose, how do you know you found it? Here are signs of alignment and 3 myths about purpose to give you greater insight. So how do you know you found it? With purpose alignment, here are some signs. A sense of deep alignment with your actions and your choices. This is where you make a choice and you feel good about it. You make a choice and you're not constantly second guessing it. You are confident in the actions that you take. They feel easy. You're experiencing a profound sense of fulfillment and passion. You're excited about your life. You feel at the end of the day that you have done something important. You feel like you're making deposits into the bank of yourself, and that you feel like, yes, I know that I have completed something and that there's a sense of meaningfulness. Also, feeling a strong connection between your values and your daily life. This too is a sign that you have found your purpose. Consistently experiencing joy and enthusiasm in your pursuits is yet another sign of purpose alignment. When you are not finding joy, when you're feeling like nothing is bringing you happiness, nothing feels like it's bringing you that spark, then you know you're out of alignment. But when you feel like every day joy is so easy, it's your natural state, you wake up with enthusiasm, then you know you're in alignment. And when others notice your authenticity and your purpose-driven nature, that mirroring back to you is also really helpful as a signpost to say that, yes, you have found your purpose. Everything is so natural and people see you as you really are because your identity and your purpose are aligned. 3 myths about purpose. Number 1, you create your own purpose. That's a really big myth because purpose isn't something you create. It is a soul story waiting to be discovered. It's already inside you. It's this magic, this gift that you have to share with the world, that only you have it. It is unique to you. And purpose is revealed, not manufactured. So this is like the story of Michelangelo when he was creating these beautiful works of art. He couldn't afford the expensive pieces of marble, so he got whichever marble was available. And then people would say, oh my gosh, how did you create this beauty? And he said, I didn't. I simply removed all that was not its essential nature. He just chiseled away all that was not inside that piece, because every piece had beauty within. Every single one of us has this magic and this beauty and these unique gifts within us. We just have to remove all the armor and all the things that have gotten in the way of making us forget. Number 2, This is such a big myth. You have only one purpose. This is not true. Purpose isn't a one and done discovery. It evolves over time. It's not etched in stone. It adapts as you grow and change. Who you are at 20 is not the same as 30, 40, 50, 60, or 70. So why would we think that your purpose at 20 is the same purpose you're going to have at 50? It's not. So embrace the idea that you can have multiple purposes throughout your life. That is very much the norm. Third myth, purpose has to be some earth-shattering idea. Here's the thing, purpose doesn't need to be headline worthy. There's a lot of little p purpose for the day-to-day actions and ways that we are living in alignment and impacting a change in a smaller way, or in ways that impact fewer people, but have deep impact. And there's big P purpose for a larger mission, maybe impacting more people. But the little p and the big P purpose coincide with one another, and one is not better than the other. So when we're struggling, thinking that purpose has to be something that is absolutely headline worthy, we do ourselves a disservice, making it harder than what it is. I tell you that your purpose is facing you right now, right there. It's an inch away from your face. You are looking at your purpose when you look in the mirror. And instead of trying so hard to grab at things outside yourself, just get quiet, still, and look within. Both little p and big P purpose can coexist, and they drive your actions in meaningful ways throughout your life. Overcoming resistance. Let's talk about addressing doubts and anxiety and navigating the resistance and dealing with doubts and fears that arise. So are you struggling with purpose anxiety? Let's talk about it. Navigating the fear of purpose uncertainty. Let's begin with the definition of purpose anxiety: the fear of not knowing your purpose in life and the negative emotions experienced in direct relation to the search for purpose. I've been there. I totally understand when you're like, why am I here? Who am I? And going through existential angst when we can't respond to why am I here and who am I? This type of anxiety is especially prevalent during transitional times of life. I remember moving through divorce, and my identity is completely uprooted, and I'm feeling pulled apart in a million different directions, and I'm totally lost my sense of self. I had a bit of spiritual amnesia at this point, where I couldn't tell you the answer to who am I and why am I here, because I thought I knew who am I and why I'm here. I thought I knew the answers to those questions. And then as a result of a difficult moment in transition, I didn't know, and I tried just even harder to find them, and it caused a lot of anxiety. So I understand if you too are moving through a transitional time of life. The conflicting feeling of knowing we should pursue a purpose, but we have no idea what the purpose is also an experience of purpose anxiety. Like I want to be living my purpose. I really do, but I don't know what that is. It's like not having a GPS and trying to get somewhere, but you don't know how to get there. And you're getting more and more anxious because time, those 168 hours per week, 8,760 hours per year, are ticking down, and you may be feeling like, I don't know, and I really want to know, and it's creating more and more anxiety because you know that time is not running out, but time is running down. So all of that is normal. And so dealing with those doubts and fears, first of all, admit and acknowledge that you have them. And maybe even having the term purpose anxiety will make you feel a whole lot better And maybe knowing that this is normal and other people experience it will also help you feel better. And then understand these emotions are common during purpose discovery, and accept that resistance is a natural part of the journey. Whenever we are growing, we will face resistance. Sometimes people think that the opposite of happiness is unhappiness. The opposite of happiness is apathy. And our growth always takes place outside of our comfort zone. And so resistance is just you feeling discomfort. So there are techniques for managing your feelings, like practicing self-compassion and self-care, using mindfulness and meditation to calm your mind in these moments of purpose anxiety. And I have so many tools and techniques to share with you that I would be excited to do so. And remembering your strengths and past successes, use those as sources of confidence. And let me just say, for those of you that are in later life, at midlife, just because you knew your purpose at 20 and 30, and now all of a sudden at 40 and 50, maybe it's empty nest syndrome that's the transition, maybe it's also divorce, changing jobs, downshifting, moving, but you find yourself now not knowing who you are and having this purpose anxiety and why you're here and losing your sense of identity. Look back at those points that you've experienced and see the successes so that you can just boost your confidence. You're going to get to a forward point. Now, I understand if you are too anxious to take the next steps. It can seem like an insurmountable task, like to climb to the top of the mountain. So do things that connect you to purpose every day. And these can be very tiny little things, but they build momentum and they keep you climbing. Doing so consistently will pave the way to purposeful living and will reduce your anxiety. You can feel 5% in alignment, and that little 5% change each day will add up. And one of the biggest blocks to living purposefully is living out someone else's idea of purpose instead of your own. So a lot of times our anxiety about taking next steps is that it doesn't match what other people think we should be doing. And this doesn't matter if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. People's opinions can very easily be our focus and be made to be more important than our own. And this is exactly when we completely come out of alignment and we create more anxiety. So be true to yourself. Ensure your anxiety isn't stemming from living out of alignment with your true purpose and your true self. How to address resistance to your purpose? Let's define resistance. The attempt to prevent something. That's powerful, isn't it? Resistance, defined as the attempt to prevent something. Resistance requires change, and being too comfortable can keep you stuck. So when we don't want to change, that is us in a state of resistance. Or when change is already happening and we're going to have to change and we're still trying to prevent it, that's us just staying committed to our own resistance. So some key points to hold to heart: living your life purpose requires you to dig deep and examine your life moment to moment. You will consistently change throughout your life. The one thing we do know for sure is that life changes. Identify areas where you were out of alignment. They're not across the board, and where you might be out of alignment at one point in your life may not be the same as another point. Recognize the need for growth and the necessity of making tough decisions to stay true to yourself. Here's the thing: when you prioritize your happiness and staying true to your identity, you will disappoint some people. 100% you will disappoint some people in your life right now, might be family and friends. When you want to be true to yourself, and true to your purpose. But it's either that or stay in a state of resistance and never get to be yourself fully. Some challenges about addressing the resistance, and we'll go through a few of them. Number one, we can't see how to do it. The gap between where we are and where our purpose seems to be calling us can seem vast. It can not make any sense. We know it, we feel it, but we're like, I can't understand how I'm going to get there. The first question we tend to ask is how? And the answer is not always immediately obvious. And so we back away because it seems risky, it seems impractical, it seems unclear. We think that we have to have the entire thing mapped out, knowing every single step. And unless we have every single step, then we can't begin with the how. Number two, challenge. We won't fit in anymore. We are socialized by family, friends, school, and work and society to fit in, to conform and play by the rules. We get scared that we won't fit in anymore when we follow our purpose, when we are true to ourselves, when you are showing up authentically, your identity and your purpose are in alignment. All the work that you've done to edit yourself and to conform to what everybody else wants you to do, there is this fear that people won't love you or approve of you any longer. But these are just stories. These are just narratives in our head. Number three, challenge. It is not what we think it should be. Oh, I've been there so many times in my personal evolution. This isn't my purpose. I think my purpose is this. Oh, no, but it's very clear this is my purpose. And yet I'm resisting and fighting it with every single ounce of strength in my body. Our purpose is straightforward, but our ego can take hold of it and believe it should be much bigger. Like, oh, I'm sure right now I should be in the big P purpose. But maybe right now in this moment, you're in a small P purpose. And so we may back away, either ignoring it or letting our ego create a distorted idea of what our purpose should be and fighting against everything around us. When we're ego driven, it is a formula for misery, and we will never be as happy as we're meant to be. Challenge 4, our standards are way too high. Perfectionism kicks in, leading to paralysis due to a high self-imposed standard we have for ourselves. So for all of you that are perfectionists, I also intimately understand this. And it's taken me years to overcome this challenge, that I can't get started on my purpose until everything is perfect and dialed in. I can't even begin until everything, I know everything looks the way it should be, the timing is perfect, the people around me are all in alignment with my purpose. Everything is absolutely dialed, and then I'll begin, thinking that that's a normal standard. And we know what needs to be done, but we also may feel inadequate to meet these unrealistic expectations. Sometimes when our purpose is asking us to step up and be our best selves, to tap into our fullest potential, and we just haven't been there, we haven't been our full selves, it can feel intimidating to have to show up in the bigness of who we really are and really live into your potential. And the belief that we have to get it right becomes overwhelming, as if there cannot be any mistakes along the path or any failures along the path of moving and living our purpose. Number 5 challenge, it is not practical. The perception that our purpose is not practical or doesn't align with the demands of daily life can deter us from pursuing it. Well, this is highly inconvenient. I didn't call on this to be my purpose. I wanted a purpose that would just easily intersect with how I live my life and not cause any disruption. But that's not the way it is. So I hope that those gave you some food for thought before we now go into my signature 4-step S.O.U.L method, your path to purpose. I'm so excited to introduce this to you guys. S.O.U.L. S stands for self-discovery, O for observation, U, uncover, and L, legacy. Let's look at each one. We start at the beginning, self-discovery. Begin your journey by diving deep into self-discovery. Delve into your inner world, your desires, your motivations. Reflect on your passions and your interests. Identify what truly excites you in life and explore your core values in a way like you've never done before, really understanding your principles, your integrity, and understand what matters most to you. And try to begin this work of recognizing who you are without any label, not the label of parent, uncle, aunt, brother, sister, CEO, administrative assistant, teacher, eldest child, youngest in your family, whatever all the labels are, who are you without any of those labels? Like, truly, who are you if you cannot use a label to describe yourself? This is deep diving, this type of self-discovery work. It's self-inquiry that is going to take a lifetime. You are never done with the experience of self-discovery. But for most of us, sadly, we've never even gotten started. Second part of self-discovery is to know your strengths and investigate your strengths and unique abilities. Understand what sets you apart and look back on the pivotal moments that you've experienced. Reflect on how those life experiences have shaped you into the person you are. This is where, as part of my purpose, I've come to believe that it is possible to transform our trauma into triumph, to transmute our wounds into wisdom, and to see our obstacles as opportunities. All of the things that have occurred in your life have happened to give you more information as to who you are and what your strengths are. And the number one strength, I believe, is resilience. You are here. You are still here, and you are still showing up. Oh, observation and opportunity. Become an observer of the world around you. In mindfulness meditation, we observe the inner world. In mindfulness, we observe both inner and outer. It is the art of paying attention. Meditating, we're looking at our thoughts, looking at our emotions, looking inwards. Mindfulness, both in and out. What is happening around you? How tuned in are you? We think that we are, but most of us are just skimming the surface. So pay attention to needs and opportunities that resonate, that may be around you. And then look for patterns in your interests, values, strengths that align with these opportunities. It's not just synchronicity time and again, like, oh, look at that, huh, that's interesting. Oh, yes, that's happened before. Oh, yes, of course. Of course, they're happening for reasons because they are signposts. And one of the ways that I do this is when I journal, I go back to my journal once every couple of weeks and I take colored pencils and then I look for a keyword like gratitude, and I color gratitude in green. And I just go through like a month or 2 months, 3 months of pages, and I just color gratitude. Wherever I see it, I color it in green. And then I pick another word and I color that one in blue. I pick another word and I color that in red. And when I look at my journal, I can see the patterns, like, oh my gosh, look at how much green was last month, how little green was the month before, or how much red is this whole time. And it helps me to just understand the patterns at play. And then explore experiences that align with your passions and your values. Life is experiential. So we look at the opportunities, we take those opportunities, and we have experiences to give us more information. The second part of this is staying open to change. Stay open to unexpected opportunities. This is where they may not make sense, the opportunities that are coming to play, but so often this is the way of purpose, right? And be adaptable as you learn about your authentic self. That means let go of the old identities. Sometimes we refer to these as ego deaths. But I thought I was this, and I was this, and I was this. As you shed the layers and you continue to excavate and chip away at all that is not you now in this moment, continue to be adaptable to allowing the becoming of who you are meant to be surface. And keep exploring avenues that align with your values. Too often, we waste so much time, that 168 hours a week, doing things that are not in aligned with our values, being with people that are not aligned with our values, going down literally the wrong road. You uncover and unite. Step 3, discover connections between self-awareness, what you know about yourself, and opportunities. And then seek the intersection where your passions, values, strengths, and what the world needs align. It's like an Enneagram. Identify the potential missions or purposes that resonate with this intersection. Can you connect the dots? Steve Jobs is famous for so many things, but one was a speech that he gave at a graduation commencement ceremony. And the speech is called Connecting the Dots. And he talks about how failing out of college, university, then taking this typing class, and then going to the Zen Center because they gave, a free meal a day. How he didn't know how any of those things interconnected at the time. But the reason that we are looking at this script and how we use our computers with sans serif type and the impact that meditation and mindfulness had on him the whole of the rest of his life, are immeasurable. He says we only connect the dots backwards. And so maybe so for a lot of us, but we can connect them more quickly if we take time to actually try to unite and see, okay, I've identified these potential missions and purpose, and this is how they resonate with that intersection. So embrace the idea of uniting your authentic self with a mission that serves a larger purpose. The second part of this is aligning with your mission. Find the common threads and connections, and let your mission resonate with your authentic self. If it doesn't feel like your mission is natural to who you really are, then something's off. Go back and revisit it. If a lot of times people try to create mission that is for again, feeding what other people want them to do or be, ego-driven, rather than who is your true self. And when your mission resonates with that, then it's easy. And notice the places of resistance to your mission. Are you trying to make them big P when in this moment your purpose is little p? Or are they little p, but your purpose is meant to be big P right now? And embrace the idea of living your purpose. Embrace the idea of actually waking up every day and living it. The fourth step, L, legacy, living your purpose. Begin living your purpose in small, actionable ways. Take concrete steps aligned with your mission. It's the small things that we do, and it's the consistency with which we do them that make all the difference. It's almost like using a habit tracker worksheet. Like, okay, look, I'm still doing this. I'm doing it and I'm doing it. Continuously through the doing, refine and adjust your path as you gain experience and insights. If you just try to intellectualize your purpose, it's not going to work. You have to actually try it, live it, and then adapt it, refine it. And then do this as a way to consider the legacy you wish to leave. How do you want your purpose to impact the world? And remember that your eulogy is being written every day you live. Your eulogy doesn't get written by the actions you took the day before you passed from this world. Your eulogy and how people remember you, what your legacy is a culmination of every single day that you're living, that 168 hours per week, that 8,760 hours per year, the 4,000 weeks of your lifetime. That's being written throughout the time. And so align your actions with your mission daily. The second part of this legacy work is embracing your true identity. Embrace your identity as someone living their purpose. Align your actions with your mission and make a meaningful impact on the world as yourself. Even if you've had a great deal of success pretending to be someone you're not, it's not sustainable and it doesn't feel as fulfilling or meaningful as when you finally embrace your true identity as someone living their authentic purpose. Which is why I've had so many clients through the years that are very successful monetarily, but they're miserable. They've made all this money, they've gotten all the titles, and yet something's missing. What's missing is that their identity is not true to their authentic purpose. And so once we start to do that, everything changes, everything becomes more meaningful. This soul method is something that I developed for myself through trial and error. It's a holistic approach to discovering your purpose, emphasizing the importance of aligning your passions, values, strengths, and mission in life. And it encourages ongoing self-exploration and a commitment to making a meaningful impact on the world while staying true to your authentic self. Remember that discovering your purpose is a journey, and this methodology can guide you along the way to a more purposeful and fulfilling life. This is the opportunity to change your life. And when you change your life, you change the world. So are you ready to discover your purpose? Your path to purpose. I want you to discover the right journey for you. And I want to take a moment to share with you how I can guide you. I have 2 tailored programs. There are 2 paths to deep dive into your purpose. So welcome to the part of the webinar where I will talk about the pathways to deepening your connection with your purpose. I'm here to guide you on your journey, and I've put together 2 distinct paths based on where you find yourself in life. Whether you're a woman over 40 seeking a renewed sense of purpose in midlife, or You're someone standing at a crossroads. Imagine yourself in this picture, wondering which road to travel, which path to choose, wondering how to unlock your full potential. I've tailored solutions to help you discover and live your purpose to the fullest. 2 tailored programs: Reset Coaching for women over 40. The program focus is midlife transformation and embracing who you are now at midlife, gaining clarity and direction, reclaiming confidence and self-compassion, and experiencing an openness to growth and change at a point in our lives that is here whether we want to change or not. Catalyst for Change, the other program, the other path. The program focus is to break free from limitations, to unleash your full potential, conquer your fears, live authentically, and transform your reality and create your own destiny. The duration of Reset Coaching for women over 40 is 8 weeks plus 1 integration week, so 9 weeks. It's 8 60-minute live group coaching, 8 modules online in the Reset course, and it's organized into a 3-pillar system. Weeks 1, 2, and 3 are Reset. Weeks 4, 5, and 6, Redesign. Weeks 7, 8, and 9, Restart. The live coaching dates are 6 to 7 Eastern Time on Tuesdays with a Monday check-in via WhatsApp. The investment is either a payment plan of 4 payments of $202 a month for 4 months, or 808, which is 50% off of the normal price, pay in full. And there are 6 amazing bonuses. Catalyst for Change is 4 weeks. It's 4 60-minute live group coaching sessions, a 4-module online Catalyst course, and the course organization is a 4-pillar system. Week 1, self-trust. Week 2, self-motivation. Week 3, self-focus. Week 4, self-confidence. And the live coaching dates are 7 to 8 Eastern Standard on Mondays with a Monday check-in on WhatsApp. And the investment options are either a payment plan, 4 months at $50 a month, or $200 pay in full. The benefits for Reset Coaching: increase confidence, gain clarity, heal burnout, boost energy, improve mood, and rediscover your life purpose. The benefits for Catalyst for Change: greater self-confidence, unleash potential, clear life direction, enhance motivation, lasting positive change, and discover your true purpose. Reset Coaching for women over 40. This program is for you if you are experiencing midlife transformation. You want to embrace growth, self-discovery, and alignment with your desires. You want clarity and direction and rediscovery of your passions, values, and life purpose. You want to reclaim your confidence as a midlife woman, develop your self-worth and self-compassion, empower change and break free of limitations, navigate perimenopause and menopause, and learn tools to maintain your vitality. Unlock your potential at this stage in your life, in your career, relationships, and in personal growth, and live intentionally, creating an on-purpose best rest of your life. And pursue purpose, reset your confidence, gain clarity, and start over. Catalyst for Change. This program is for you if you're ready to liberate yourself from the clutches of self-doubt and fear. You yearn for profound personal transformation that can change your life. You seek clarity and direction to navigate life's intricate journey confidently. You're motivated to achieve your goals, no matter how ambitious they may be. And you aspire to embrace and sustain positive, lasting change that will redefine your life's trajectory and purpose. The question I get asked often about this: is it too late for me to make a change? No, it's never too late to rewrite your story. Catalyst empowers you to start over, no matter where you are in life. And so now, how to take the next step towards transformation? It's very straightforward. Step 1, contact me. Reach out to me via email with any questions you have. Step 2, schedule a free discovery call. This is an opportunity so that I can understand your goals and determine which program can support your unique journey. And step 3, choose your path. After the conversation, we'll talk about the best program for you, whether it's Reset or Catalyst, and you'll make an informed decision that aligns with your aspirations. Step 4, begin your transformation. Once you've made your choice, which feels so good, it's time to embrace your potential, gain clarity, and live life with purpose and passion. And step 5, experience lasting positive change. Over the months, not just during the program, but after the program, you'll experience profound personal growth. I want to stay connected with you. If anything that I have shared resonated, please contact me on any social media channels. You'll see me out there every day inspiring you to find and stay passionate about your purpose. I will teach you how to reset and live a life empowered by purpose. And there is no need to wait for anything, especially to be fully healed, to start living aligned with your soul. And this is the work that I have been doing for 19 years. I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you for being here. And I want you to simply imagine, in closing, if we go to bed tonight and we wake up tomorrow and every single person on the planet is living aligned with their purpose, what would that feel like? What would the world be like? Each of us has a role in making that a reality. And my purpose is to help you discover your purpose. From my heart to your heart, to the heart of the universe, may you love yourself, love your day, and love your life.